updates on the flooding that we have across the area. And just a heads up, there are a few roads closed because of high water in Huron County. The EMA just put that out. Let me go ahead and see if we can find out where exactly that is. They don't have a list, but check with National Weather Service Twitter. They might post it out there. Or if you live in Huron County EMA, check their Twitter as well. They may post it there too. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Looking at satellite and radar, your lunch hour, obviously we're dry. We're getting some peaks of sun. That's right on cue, what we were expecting. Of course, I mentioned earlier that, sun, not really ideal for today because it is going to add juice to those potential storms later today. So anywhere from, I would say, Delaware up to Mansfield, maybe even south of Cleveland, just west of Akron, we're seeing this little kind of sliver of a clearing. And actually, kind of this area right here towards Mansfield, Canton, is where I'm expecting we'll likely see the best chance for some showers or some thunderstorms that could be a little bit on the stronger side, and that could be severe. So some changes that we have seen since this morning. I mentioned earlier that there are variables with this system and that we will continue to update it, and that as we see these storms develop, we will adjust accordingly. We had to see how these ingredients were interacting with one another. And so since that time, the SPC has actually peeled back the moderate risk for severe weather, which is the 4 on a scale of 5, down to the southwestern part of the state. So you're talking probably Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton area more so. However, we are all still under a threat for severe weather. Still got a slight risk in the Cleveland area, still have an enhanced risk from probably Akron south towards Mansfield, Canton, Columbiana County, etc., right? So that does not mean that we are out of the woods from severe weather. It just means that there will likely be fewer severe storms. All the threats still on the table. I did peel those back just a little bit. Still probably going to see a lot of heavy rain, seeing as we already do have some alerts in place. Here's a peek at those, mostly in our southern communities. But again, this is also where we're expected to see the strongest thunderstorms, so probably heaviest rain as well. So watch for closed roads. If we do get strong winds, if we get downed trees, if you're trying to go around something, the phrase, turn around, don't drown. That's probably going to be a big concern for us over the next 24 hours. Could slow you down on your drive to work tomorrow if there are roads that are closed that don't quite clear out. So keep that in mind. Here's a look at how much additional rain I'm expecting before we get to the meat and potatoes of the storms. Here's a peek. Notice how it is a little bit higher on the south, a little bit less northwest, but still all of us expecting probably additional rain tonight and tomorrow for that matter. So again, a breakdown of what you can expect today is that we have these peaks of sun in the southwest. That's adding a little bit of juice. We don't love that, but the thing that's changed here is that the boundary, that warm front, stalling a little bit. So I showed you earlier, I said, however far north this boundary goes is where that expected severe weather will expand to. So being that it's stalling a little bit helps us near the Cleveland area out quite a bit, in that we're not getting all that atmospheric instability that those southern communities in the state are, and you can already see those storms firing off near Cincinnati. So this is the cluster that we're going to be watching over the next couple of hours, and we're also going to see new stuff develop. So you see how this just developed over the last hour, 3 hours or so? That's why I said we're going to have to see how these storms play out to really make any definitive decisions on, giving you an update on where these storms are more likely to fire off. Let's go ahead and walk through Futurecast. Hour by hour here, there are those storms creeping into the southern part of the state. So this model has been a little bit better at handling this system than others. I think it's a little bit on the slower side. So we may even see the storms show up a little bit earlier than that 4 o'clock hour in our southwestern communities. There's a look at the 5-6 o'clock hour. Notice how these pockets here near Bucyrus, near Mansfield, near Carrollton look a little bit stronger than, say, the ones near the Cleveland area. Doesn't mean we will not see severe weather up in the Cleveland area, Medina, Norwalk, Akron. It's just that we'll probably see a few more severe thunderstorms in those southern communities. But also notice this kind of rides along I-71 here. The clusters continue through the 8 o'clock hour, but things will then begin to die down, leaving us with some rain showers for the overnight hours in the eastern communities. Here's a look at your 8-day forecast as well. We've got some wintry mix tomorrow, so I'm not expecting that to stick around. It shouldn't really impact your drive unless it's coming down while you're heading home from work tomorrow evening. Could see some in the morning on Thursday as well. The ground temperatures will be pretty warm, but the afternoon temperatures are going to be only in the 40s, so we'll see that change back over to rain showers there as well. And then we got the weekend, which is drier. Our Monday, our solar eclipse day, still looking dry right now, but I am keeping an eye on a weak little system trying to put in a few isolated showers. We're just going to keep our eye on it and keep our fingers crossed. So the gist of this, guys, is that there is still a threat for severe weather today. Pretty decent one, especially in our southern communities. But the moderate threat has been peeled back to the southwestern communities. I said earlier, a lot of people have been asking, is there going to be severe weather in my city? The answer is there could be. It's up for grabs throughout the entire northern part of the state, but it is less likely the further north you head. All right? I hope everyone has a safe day. If you don't have the Fox 8 app, I would say get it. It'll put alerts right to your phone when it comes to weather alerts. If there is a severe thunderstorm in the city you're in, it'll go right to your phone and you'll know what to do. All right? Take care.